Your health matters, your life matters, the choices that you make matters, how you deal with other people matters, everything that you do in life matters. But the most important thing that matters is the choices that you make in life. The power that you have. The how do you regain? How do you get peace of mind? How do you, deal with negative stuff that comes to your mind? How do you deal with people that trying to like push you off, that try hurt you, people that try trying to get a reaction out of you? How do you observe that? How do you deal with that? How do you change that? How do you overcome all that kind of stuff? How do you overcome stress? How do you overcome your job that's bossing you around? How do you overcome your toxic manager? How do you overcome your boss that always bullying you? How do you overcome people at your job trying to mess with your life? You got social media as well. You got your friends. You got technology these days. You got internet. You got everything toxic, everything around. We live in a society where everything is toxic now. You can't really do much about it. You just gotta suck it up, get through it, balance yourself. If things go bad for you, you gotta find a way to balance yourself. You gotta find a way to eliminate that. You gotta find a way to let go of stuff. You gotta let go of depression. You gotta let go of heartbreaks. Let go of some friends in your life. Let go of things that are bothering your life, just to get peace, just to get forget all the stuff. Just think about peace. Peace of something that's gonna give you peace of mind. What do you do that gives you peace of mind? What do you do that keeps you motivated? What do you do that keeps gives you attention out of all the people that bother you? What do you do? And it's something that I always talk about. Something I will always deal with sometimes, where things will happen at my job, and the thing is, how do you overcome a day that you go to work? You had a good day at work, or you had a good day at work, or anything you do, you had a good day. To the last minute, then you have one or two people that come to you and are over here bothering you. How do you deal with it? How do you, when you go home, what do you do to overcome those things that people did to you? What do you how do you gain peace of mind of that? What do you do that keeps you out of this society that society wants us to bother people, pressure, you know pressure on the internet, pressure everywhere that you go. You got to deal with the pressure. You got to deal with hard stuff. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with the stress? How do you deal with depression? How do you deal with annoying customers? Toxic coworkers that even you can't even work well. You got to deal with them every single time that you go to work every day. How do you deal with that? It's crazy. It's crazy that we live in a generation that we can't really do much about it. Especially all this stuff that's going on around us, and what can you do? And the simple thing that I have for you guys is, what I do is I have music. Like I said, my previous video I made yesterday, I was talking about how I had 3 incidents that occurred to me yesterday, and I almost crashed out. And I didn't crash out because I was just so glad that my coworker was right there. And also I was just so, yes, I was pissed off, but at the same time I was a little bit calm, like, yo, what is going on? Why this person, why these 3 individuals over here trying to ruin my freaking day? 2 customers, and then you have one associate trying to ruin my day. Why are people doing like this? What is this? What do people have against me that that they have to do stuff like this to me? I just don't understand it. And look, every day is different. You're gonna expect different challenges. It's how do you overcome those days? What are you gonna do to when life hits you? What are you gonna do? How you gotta you have to control yourself. You have to balance yourself. You have to be able to calm yourself down. People over here on the other side, want attention. People over here want attention. They want to, they want to feel like they want it. They want to feel like they're important. They want to feel like, what, hey, there's nobody watching me. I don't like that. I don't like what's going on. I want to have a little bit of attention. How do you move your way, move yourself away from that? How do you separate yourself from coworkers who don't want to work and you want to work? How do you separate yourself from toxic coworkers who don't want to do nothing while you over here trying to work? How do you separate yourself from supervisors or bosses who are trying to, like, pressure you, try and give you all the work that they can, they could give you? They see, like, they see something they don't like. They want to boss you around. They want to they want to make you work. They feel like, what? Sometimes they feel like they feel like everything. You've been there for a long time. Stuff more than they do. They're new to the department. They just got transferred to the department, and then, they know that everything more than most of them, and they want to make you work. They want to make you feel bad, and it's crazy. What are you gonna do? What do you feel like the job is too much for you? You feel like people are over here putting so much pressure on you, and you have other coworkers over there who are not even doing nothing. What are you gonna do? How do you overcome that? So things like this have happened to me, and I stay calm sometimes. Of course, I get frustrated. I get really, really frustrated when I see stuff like this. But at the end of the day, I think about my money. I gotta think about money first. Is this a job? Get a job, go for your money, and go get out. That's what you gotta do. Get your money, get your job, and go home. Peace of mind. Listen to your music. Music calms me down. I have a different bunch of playlist music that I listen to that calms me down sometimes, and calm myself down, because it's a long day. I had a long day. You have people over here trying to like boss me around. You have people over here, trying to like get a reaction out of me. I'm minding my own business. I'm staying. I'm doing what I've got to do. And then all of a sudden, you got 30 people come up to me, different different scenarios. That are trying to like press my buttons. They're trying to like get a reaction out of me. And all of a sudden, one bad choice that I could make, one bad choice that I make right there, and then I could get in trouble. I could get fired, and that's it. There's no more that you could do. You can't argue about it. The last thing that you could do is probably get like a warning or something, but you'd be lucky to get that. Bitch, sometimes, unfortunately, if they do, they still do like you sometimes, it goes in that kind of like, yo, hey, you can't do that. You can't, you can't do stuff like that. Just go somewhere else, sit down, relax, and, calm yourself down. In another scenario, you could get fired, you could get out of the job, and all of a sudden, there's nothing you could do. We live in a society where, it's hard to find a job these days. It's hard to, even get a job. You got all these jobs over here talking about, oh, we are hiring. Oh, apply over here. We are hiring. Build your resume, this and that. No, this is all that is just for showing. They're just showcasing. Like, yo, they have this is going on, and you have to wait for a long period of time. Like, oh, oh, you have to wait. We're gonna call you. We're gonna do this and that. It's hard, right? It's hard to find a job these days, and it's difficult because I don't want to be in that scenario. And there's three things that happened to me, and I was just so glad that even with that happening, I had to still calm myself down, and I had to walk away. That's the best thing you could do in anything. That's the best advice I could give you guys. Like, if things like this happen, if you're in a relationship, you see your girlfriend or boyfriend get cheated on, don't even text back. Don't text back to the time like, yeah, yo, why you cheated on me? You did this and that. Just walk away. You have a job. You feel like you work hard. You feel like you'll be on top of everything you do. You have a day where you have a customer that did something wrong, and decides lash back on them. You got disrespected. You got this customer over here talking nonsense about you, or this customer yelling for no damn reason, and you feel like, what, I was right. This customer yelled at me. I don't deal with that. You get fired. It's fine. Just calm yourself down. Say okay, say what you want to say, be like, yo, the customer's wrong, this was my reaction. I stand on what I stand on. I don't like being disrespected. I don't like being talking over with. I don't like being, I don't like people. I generally don't like being disrespected, and you get fired for it. Fine, you walk away with it. You walk away. At least you said something. People, and you get fired, and your coworkers are gonna be like, yo, you know what, you know, customers are gonna come like this. You learn from it. You learn from what your coworker did, and you learn from the customer. You learn from what the customer did. Like, yo, as an associate, you work at the store, that you see your coworker that got fired. You learn that, yo, you're gonna have some customers gonna come over, they're gonna be loud, they're gonna be stuff like that, and then you got to adjust yourself with it. You gotta get used to it. Like, yo, that's how sometimes the job is, and stuff like this happens. You just walk away. You get cheated on, you walk away. The three scenarios that I had also, you just walk away. That's it. You don't argue back. Don't say nothing back. Don't even talk to nobody. Just don't talk to them about nobody. The worst thing could happen is you getting fired. You crash out. You get fired from the job. You crash out. You start pushing things left and right. You start pushing stuff left and right. You start pushing the cards. You start pushing the merchandise on the shelves, and that's even more trouble right there for you. You're gonna have the cops come in. They're gonna arrest you, and then it's nothing. Then you go to jail or prison. I don't know which one it is. Then you go get booking, and then you got to pay a fine and all that kind of stuff. And you don't want that. You don't want that. The best thing that I could say is just walk away. That's the best thing that I did. I just walked away. I had these three incidents that happened to me, and I'm so glad that it was towards the end of the day. I was about to go home as well, so it was towards the end of the day. There's 30 things happened to me. I just I walked away. I had to walk away from that section right there, because all these things that was happening right there, I was just not having it. I was about to crash myself, and I didn't do it. I'm so glad I was able to do it, because I don't want to lose my job because of having three incidents occurred in one day, and I have to lose my job for those three stuff right there. It makes no sense. So the best thing for you guys is just walk away. Go sit down. Go break. If you go on break, sit down. If you're going home, go home. Listen to music. Go sit on the park. Get your, think about it. It's gonna come to your mind. Like this. This customer, this and that. My girlfriend cheated on me. My boyfriend cheated on me, and I've been doing so much for her. I'm doing so much for him, and then you get cheated on. Just let it go. Learn from it. Learn from the stuff that when it comes to relationship. You learn from the stuff that you did. Think about the good things. Think about the good things that you did for yourself. Think about the good things that you did for her as well, and just let her go. That's what she wanted. That's what he wanted. Just let it go. You did your part. I'm sure guys did your part. You were there for him or her. You were there for the good times and the bad times, and you were just there. And it was just unlucky that you get cheated on. It was just unlucky that she found someone special, someone better than you, and she or she did this to you. So just walk away. Don't text back. Don't even look back. Just let go. Focus on yourself. Think about the positive things that you did, and make yourself better. Don't even look back, and keep on moving. The same for your job. Peace of mind is the best thing. Go to your work. Do what you gotta do. At the end of the day, it's money. Go sit down in the park. Enjoy yourself, relax. Don't worry so much, all right? Because you have social media over here. Social media is gonna be toxic. You're gonna go to social media. You're gonna have people via texting, back and forth. Instagram, Snapchat. I don't have nothing. I don't have no social media, nothing like that. If you guys think I'm lying, you guys can subscribe, and I could show you the proof. On my posts, I could show you guys that I don't have no social media. No, except for YouTube and Twitter, because Twitter I don't really go on Twitter much. The only thing I do on Twitter is just watch the FIFA World Cup, and then that's it, and get updates on what's going on in the soccer world, and then basically that's it. Apart from that, I don't have nothing going on. So peace of mind is the best thing you could do that could ever happen to you. Focus on yourself. Don't worry much about people. People are gonna annoy you every day. Tomorrow could be a day where you go to your job, or you go to your job, you found like you have a manager talk to you like, yo, hey, so I heard this, I heard you had 3 incidents that occurred to you, and you walked away. You did well. Don't be like, yo, I like the way you were able to present yourself. You walked away from the situation. You were able to calm yourself down. Perfect. Don't crash out. Don't do that. So the best, like I said, guys. Just walk away, don't force yourself to conversations you don't want to talk. If you don't want to talk to your coworkers, don't even talk to them. Don't bother. Just let go. Just let them go. Let them have their own way. Let them, do what they want to do. Don't worry about them. Worry about yourself, and focus on yourself. Like I always say, focus on yourself. Focus on the goals that you have. We are still in June right now. Focus on yourself. Focus on what you gotta do. Don't worry about nobody. Don't worry about what people gotta think about you. If you feel like when you feel like things are gonna go bad, if something goes bad, you feel like there's trouble coming your way at your job or anything like that, just walk away. That's the best thing you can do. Walk away, go sit down, relax, listen to music, read a book, calm yourself down. Because guess what? People are gonna come to you. People are gonna try and get a reaction out of you. Be a bossy around, like they know everything in the store. They know everything, and just walk away. That's the best I could do. And I'm just so glad that I get to live another day. I walked away, went home, listen to some music in my mind, put my headphones on, walked out of there, listen to some headphones, listen to some music, and I was out there. I didn't really, bother much about it, to this new day, woke up, did what I had to do, here I am again, making this video right here, and listen to some music just to calm myself down, and I go to sleep, and then you wake up tomorrow again, and you gotta do the same thing over again. So look, every day's a lesson, in life, everything's a lesson for me. Wednesday, today's Wednesday. Yesterday was a day that things happen, and you have to take lessons for what happened on Tuesday. What the whole day? What did you do? What is the lesson that you learned on Tuesday? You're gonna apply on Thursday. So you always gotta take lessons from every day that you do, then try and apply it every single day, and that's how you get better. So that's all I gotta say. Peace of mind is the best thing you could do. Don't let people don't let people piss you off. Don't let people control you, because guess what? That's what people want. They want a reaction out of you. If you work hard, if you do what you gotta do at your job, they don't like that. They want to see you, talking. They want to see talking around. They want you to be part of the society. They want you to be part of the group that that want to work around, up and down, bust burn around. And they think it's cool. It's really not cool. It's really not nice to see how people people enjoy doing stuff like that. But look, some people like it. Some people don't really have fun doing that, and it's frustrating. So look, at the end of the day, do what you gotta do. Make the right choice, because guess what? You make the wrong choice, you get fired. That's the worst scenario you could do. You get fired, you get crashed out, then you start cursing people out, and then they're gonna have to call the cops on you. So don't do that. Go do your job. If things like this happen, like I said, peace of mind. Just walk away. Don't even argue about it. Don't even talk about it. Just walk away. And just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Just walk away. Learn from it. Like, yo, you know what? If this person's gonna keep on doing this to me, I'm gonna cut you off. Go cut you off. I'm not gonna worry about you. Just keep it like that. If you wanna keep it like that, keep it like that. I'm not gonna come to my work and have you, trying to ruin my day, trying to ruin my job. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to do this and that for myself. And you over here trying to ruin my day. You trying to get me fired and stuff like that. I don't like that. I personally don't like that, and I'm sure you guys don't like that. So look, that's all I gotta say. What do you guys think about this video below? Peace of mind. Like I said, peace of mind at the end of the day. Stay away from social media, because guess what? It's gonna be bad. You broke up with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, then you go on social media, you start talking to you, or you start talking to your friends like, yo, your girlfriend said that to you. Then they start talking like, oh, yeah, so I'm sorry, this had to happen, this blah blah blah. They're gonna say everything like that. Focus on yourself. Guess what? We live in a day where you can't trust nobody. You can't even trust your own friends sometimes. You can't even trust your closest people. You can't even trust the people that you work with sometimes, because you just never know. I'm not at work today. I could go tomorrow. I could go to work tomorrow, and they could say something else to me that I have no clue what they're talking about. So you just don't know what they're gonna say. You just don't know what's gonna happen, and this is what I'm saying. You gotta take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Make the right choices. You go to your work hard, do what you gotta do. Go out, go to lunch, listen to music, headphones, buy some good food to eat. Focus on yourself, because guess what? The job don't you think the job care about you. The job don't really don't care about you. It's all about favoritism. They see you, they like you, they like you. They don't like you, they really don't like you. If they like you, then they're gonna try and push you up the ranks. If they don't like you, they're gonna try give you other, but they're gonna try and boss you up, and they're gonna try like act like they're your boss. They're gonna try like, what? Oh, you know everything, so here you go. I'm gonna give you everything that you think you know everything. Yeah, here you go. Do this for me. Do this and that. Pack this up, pack this out. Do this, do that for me. Do this and that. But you got other people over here just not doing nothing, and it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating, and you just got to look at them and be like, all right, you know what? Don't argue back. Don't argue back. You see your coworkers not doing nothing. Don't even say nothing to them. Just walk away. Just walk away. Do what you want to do. Pack out. Do your job. At the end of the day, it's a job. Do your job. Do your job. Do what you gotta do, and just walk out. Walk away, and that's it. Go on your lunch. Go on your break. Do your schedule and get out of there, and then that's it. Don't worry about this, social media. Don't worry about this internet. Don't worry about your friends. Don't worry about Instagram, Snapchat, all this kind of stuff. Don't worry about that, because it's not good as well. It's not good. People think that it's really good. It's not really that good. So look, at the end of the day, peace is the best thing you can do. Peace of mind. Focus on yourself. Go to your job. Do what you gotta do. Because guess what? Your friends don't like you. Your coworkers don't like you. You think they like you? I'm sorry, they don't like you. They say job is They say your job is your family. Your job is not your family. I've never heard anything like that before. Talking about your job is your family. I mean, bro, I've never heard that before. And the only thing that's your family is your career. It's yourself. It's yourself. You're the only person who's your family at your job. If you work, you're the only family at your job. It's just you alone. Your schedule, your time, the choices that you make, being calm, do your job, and go home, and that's it. So if you think your job is your family, look, that's your take. In my take, it's not my family, man. I don't even have a family anyways. I don't have a family, so there's nobody. I don't have a family, so people say you're my family. You know my family, But look, that's all I gotta say for this video right here. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this video? What do you guys think about the title? What do you guys do that gives you peace of mind? Like, if you guys have a bad day at your job, if you guys have a bad day in a relationship, what do you guys do to calm yourself down? It's difficult. I know it's difficult. You gotta do depression, all that kind of stuff. But look, the best thing you could do for that is just walk away. Walk away. Go sit down. Relax the park. Buy coffee. Relax. Listen to music. Think about the things that you did. Think about the good things that you did for the person. Think about the choices that you make. Think about what you can improve on, and then that's it. I know it's not simple. It's not easy to say something, but the positive things. At the end of the day, you gotta think about the positive things. You go to sleep. Tomorrow's another day. make yourself better. You learn from Tuesday. You try to make yourself better on Wednesday. What did you learn on Tuesday? You can apply it on Wednesday, and not try and ruin your day. And keep on going every single time. So that's what I try to do sometimes. I know, sometimes it's not easy sometimes for me, but peace of mind. Every day, peace of mind. Music is what I listen to mostly. I have a bunch of different music that I listen to. I don't really go outside that much, so music is my only source of enjoyment, and that's what I listen to every single time. So look, that's what I gotta say for this video right here. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like it, like and subscribe below. I appreciate you guys for doing that. Almost 50, almost 60 subscribers, man. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. And yeah, what do you guys think about this video? What do you guys How do you guys overcome days that you guys feel like you guys have a bad day, or if you guys feel like people always trying to put pressure on you to like do something that you feel like your peers don't do, or you feel like your coworkers don't do it. What do you guys think about this video? So yeah, if you guys like it, like and subscribe below so I can quit my job, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.